So what happened in this situation? There was a time where you ended up taking a gun charge for them. Was that super early on?
Yeah, that was like right around the time my brother and we was all going crazy. Like that shit was wild. My brother had just came home from a gun case and we was at. It was crazy because all my brothers in the same house. Me, my oldest brother to the youngest brother. It's 4 of us. Like we all in the house. It's my homie, my brother homie, 2 cups. You know what I'm saying? That's our homie. And that's it, I think. But we is finna leave, you know what I'm saying? I guess my oldest brother, baby mama, was in California. He didn't answer the phone for her or something, and he had their son out here with us, you know what I'm saying? And so she called the police on him, you know what I'm saying? Like, and said he basically kidnapped the son. So we finna leave out the house, and the whole 24th district police is at the door already. Like, they was finna knock at first, but we just opened the door and they right here already, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a gun right here on the table, all type of shit. But we on our way out, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is how this situation even came about. So it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all in here, like, all my brothers felons, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only motherfucker in here, a juvenile, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I just spoke up and told him, like, man, that's my gun, you know?
What would have happened if nobody took credit for the gun?
My brother BUW, he would have had to take the case because his name was on the lease of the crib, you know what I'm saying?
But had they ever had the conversation with you at that point about, like, this is how you're supposed to behave if this kind of thing occurs? Like, were they having the no snitching conversation, or the, like, if it comes down to it, you might have to take a charge conversation?
I mean, no, I already had that in my head. Like, they didn't even have to tell me that because it's just like, it's nothing I wouldn't do for my brothers. Like, and these are the 2 people I look up to the most in the world. Like, and I know both of my brothers literally just came home. My older brother just got home from a conspiracy charge, and my other brother just came home, Pappy just came home from a gun charge. So they both finna go away for a long time if any of this shit go on them. So I know if I get locked up for this shit right now, I'm finna be out the next day. Like, I already had that in my head because I'm a juvenile. I'll probably come home tonight. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen. But
how long did you actually go in?
A day, like a night. I just spent the night in there and they let me out the next day.
Really? So they didn't even press charges against you after that?
They did. Like, I had to plead out the probation. That shit fucked me up.
Right. Okay. But did it take a while for that to go into effect, or was that all during, like, him still being on the rise and everything, or you ended up doing that later?
Like a month later, I just took probation for it because I was just like, fuck that shit. I don't want to keep going to court and all that goof ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was a juvenile, so I was like, when I'm 18, none of this shit is gonna matter. And so that's how that went about. But I was on probation, like, during that whole time. Like, I was steady getting on house arrest and all type of goof ass shit because my probation officer, you know what I'm saying, he was just like on me about being in the street too.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so was there also, there's a story about him getting shot at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Where does that fall in this whole timeline? That was early on?
That was like 2014. That's like the February 2014.
Oh, okay.
One of my friends got killed in that occasion.
In that same shooting?
Yeah.
Wow, so at this point, like, you guys have kind of gone from, like, basically just being regular kids at the beginning of the story to ended up in situations where you, like, it's kind of crazy. You're sort of seeing, like, the life of a kid in Chicago where you know, one day you're like 14 and shit is kind of relaxed, it's not that crazy, and then a couple years later it's like you just end up wrapped up in all this crazy ass shit. Like, you ever take time to stop and think about how fucked up that is?
Every day I be trying to tell people, like, you know what I'm saying, like, mental health is everything, you know what I'm saying? And they don't understand, like, how this really takes a toll on a person for you to just be going through every day of your life and then consistently losing people close to you to violence, you know what I'm saying, to really petty beef, because it's all over nothing at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I always tell a motherfucker, like, this was never the plan for shit to turn out like this. And any motherfucker in Chicago would definitely tell you the same thing. Like, nobody expected this shit to happen like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially all the motherfucking loved ones that we done lost throughout Chicago, just from, I'll just say from 2008 to now, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit just, you know?
There's just that crazy decision that you have to make too of, are you going to be a person who goes to school or, you know, walks down the street without a gun on him? Or are you going to be the type of person who protects himself? And it's kind of get fucked either way, because you know,
at the end of the day, every motherfucker, 9 times out of 10, if you in your right state of mind, you're gonna be like, I gotta have some form of protection, because it could happen to anybody. It's not even about you being a gang member. Like, you could be, this shit could just be a regular altercation on the street. A nigga will kill you for nothing. Like, it happens every day. You know what I'm saying?
And like, that's in Chicago with some of the strictest gun laws in the country.
Yeah, they do. it's a lose-lose situation, like you said. Like either way, you know what I'm saying, on all sides of the board.
So you remember when you first had to make that decision, or when you first started to not feel safe, like walking down the street unless you were protecting yourself? Like when did that become a fixture in your head?
It really like when my brother got shot, like when he first got shot the first time, that's when I knew like, yeah, like it could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause at first it was just like, you know, it could be anybody, but then when it get like close, then you be like, man, like a motherfucker really gotta do what they gotta do to protect themselves, because this shit could be any one of us now at this moment, because people in your crowd start to get affected, you know what I'm saying? A person close to you die, like a person you be with every day, like then that's when you know, like we all need to stick together, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I forgot the reason why I was bringing up the McDonald's thing is because there's like a story. The story that I heard was basically that there was the shooting at the McDonald's, and then he ended up going back there basically just to prove a point, and then he ended up getting into another altercation at that McDonald's when he went back there.
No, none of that.
That's not how it happened?
No, none of that happened. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess a motherfucker.
He just happened to be at the McDonald's again.
Nah, he wasn't. Like, they were never at the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just led to the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, people started shooting, and people were by the McDonald's. My friend Marquio got killed right there. You know what I'm saying? My brother got shot right there. Another friend of mine got shot right there, and another friend of mine got shot right there. You know what I'm saying? But they was never at the McDonald's yet. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get to the McDonald's, of course, but they was never there.
Okay. Crazy. So I gotta ask this, like, in terms of like all this crazy shit going on and everything, were you guys having conversations about leaving Chicago, or about like, him getting signed, or like being able to sort of elevate your lives like that? It seems like nowadays young rappers realize that potential like pretty early on, and a lot of times you'll see them moving to LA, moving to Atlanta, moving away from the Chicago stuff early on. But did you guys have that in your head at that point?
Yeah, my big sister, she lived in Texas because she was going to college out there, and she was married, and she had a nice home, and she used to always want us to come out there, you know what I'm saying, and stay with her. And I did stay out there with her a couple times, you know what I'm saying. Pappy came out there, but he didn't want to really stay out there like that, you know what I'm saying. He just wanted me to stay out there, you know what I'm saying, so I could stay out the streets, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that was always a conversation, because a motherfucker, the violence just was getting so close, you know what I'm saying. It was just so every day, you know what I'm saying. So my sister and my family, they was really the ones trying to persuade a motherfucker to move away, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever it is you got to do to just stay away from this shit, because they was just really tired, you know.
Definitely. So, but was he entertaining conversations with the labels, and like was it that kind of thing where they were trying to court him? Because nowadays, if you're a young underground rapper, you get one song with 1 million views, boom, you got every label breaking down your door trying to sign you.
Right, yeah. To my understanding, from what I heard from his manager or whatever, he was supposed to be reaching a deal with Atlantic Records.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Around the same time he got killed, but I don't know to what extent that is true, you know what I'm saying? But that's just to my understanding.
Wow. That would have been crazy. It would have been fucking wild to see him actually have like had a sort of more mainstream like music career,
Because that's like was his whole style before this drill rap even came into play. Like, he was already so advanced with this shit, like literally, because he been rapping so long, and he just perfected it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know really how to describe it. Like, he could really have he was so versatile, like every flow, any style, any beat, he can get on it and kill it. Like, he don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he don't have to be talking about no killing, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, shorty was a GOAT for real.
That's crazy. So yeah, leading up to the situation, so there was one incident where there was this like insane party. Did he get arrested at the party, or it was just like a crazy ass party? You said that like every fucking cop in the city in the area showed up and shit. What was that story?
Yeah, that's when I was on the run at this time, so I wasn't there. But he had a birthday party, and the police came and had that motherfucker surrounded, SWAT team, all type of shit. Every motherfucker in that party went to jail for one gun, but they had to let everybody go, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody lived there, and it was in nobody's possession.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this, too. Around that time, it's like the whole Akademiks thing was sort of like blowing up for the first time. Was that like, was that an influence in some way? Like, were you guys looking at the people that Akademiks was talking about on his channel? Because this is like the war in Chiraq. This is a very different sort of era. Like, Akademiks now, he tends to cover more mainstream artists. But at this time, like that, when I really go back and like I'm searching his name and shit, Pappy, like that's a lot of the oldest videos about him and shit.
Right, yeah. See, I don't know, cause me personally, I don't watch shit about people in Chicago. Like, I'm real live in this shit every day. Like, I don't need to see a motherfucker blogging about us that's not even nowhere near around us, like, and just fabricating shit and just putting more sauce on this shit. Like, that shit really gay as fuck, because at the end of the day, you talking about people, lost people. You know what I'm saying? Like, these is lost loved ones, and you just doing this shit for publicity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I never really tune in to shit like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like because a lot of that stuff he's been accused, like now that he's bigger and stuff, it's like he gets kind of accused of having sort of manipulated those situations and maybe talking a little too carelessly about the stuff. And when I go back and watch some of those older War in Chiraq videos, it is kind of, he's talking about it in like a tone that is a little bit more lighthearted than you would ever expect somebody to do these days, given the subject matter.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect that type of shit, because at the end of the day, you just exploiting somebody for your own personal gain. You know what I'm saying? And that, I could never respect you at that point, because I lost people, you know what I'm saying? And I know people that lost people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit not no game when it's your grandma crying, your mama crying, your auntie crying, your sister crying, like, and they looking at these videos, and this is the reason they crying, you know what I'm saying? Like, because of how you talking about they lost loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just could never respect a motherfucker like that in my life.
Did you know Zach TV? Did you know Zach TV?
Yeah. He did an interview with me.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, but was he like a factor in terms of that early Chicago stuff? Were you, was he doing content about Pappy back then and shit?
Yeah, he was. I don't really know. Like, I just know he was very active in the underground Chicago scene, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just his whole mission, was to just get everybody more publicity. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? Rest up, Zach TV, on my soul.
No, yeah, I was just thinking about that because it seems like, you know, him, like I don't know if we ever really got that much closure about what happened to him and shit, but it just seems particularly fucked up when you have a guy who's like really out there in the city trying to support shit and he ends up getting taken out. I don't understand the circumstances necessarily that led to that.
Me either. Like, it's a mystery to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the shit happened right downtown Chicago, man. Like, that was fucked up. I ain't even want to believe in my damn self, man.
Another classic interview in the books. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to nojumper.com to support. Appreciate y'all.